in this presentation, I will talk about how do you set up your e-business globally. If you use this step-by-step guide on how to set up your e-business globally, it will become very easy for you to understand that how e-business is done globally. In today's world, when businesses has to be on the digital platform and in a digital ecosystem, it is very, very important to understand how do you operate your e-business globally. So I will be talking about all these aspects in this presentation. So first of all, you have to see, are you ready for the global business and for global e-business? So it is very, very important that you have to be ready for this, because global B2C e-commerce globally has already exceeded $2 trillion in 2019, and it is growing. In India also, it may have exceeded $80 billion by the next year. It will be exceeding $80 billion by the next year, that is 2021. So your company has to be ready to exploit this opportunity and go global. And this global business today is definitely going to be on the digital platform, and especially in the midst of this global crisis of COVID-19, what is happening is that more and more businesses are getting onto the digital media. So it is very, very, very important for you to understand that how do you set up your e-business globally. These concepts also holds true to expand your business regionally also, in your own country also. So please read on, please listen to this presentation going forward. What are the steps to expand your e-business globally? We have to understand this thing. So the steps involved starts with assessing supply and demand. What is the meaning of this? That you have to do some kind of research in order to understand that what are the global requirements and which regions require what, and what is the situation of supply there. So this steps involves researching and generating of the ideas on the needs of the customers and devising the business models accordingly. So this step requires you to really assess the situation of supply and the situation of demand. And in the second step, you have to find ways to localize your products. And what is required for that is to understand the local taste and preferences. And one very good example of this company Mattel is when they entered into Chinese market with their products. So what happened that they thought that with their huge resources, they will be able to market very aggressively. And on the back of this aggressive marketing, they will be able to make huge inroads in China, but it never happened actually. Why? Because the looks and feel of the Barbie dolls, which was the signature product, did not appeal to the local taste and preferences. So it was too gaudy for the Chinese market, and they did not understand this thing. And they had probably not done the proper research. So it is similarly on the digital platform also. Whatever the products and services you are offering, they require to be localized. It is very important. And then very important thing is to localize your website also to the needs of the local needs of the regions and countries which you plan to operate into. So your website has to be localized in terms of, for example, what is the language you use on the website, and even if you are using English, what is the type of English which you use in that particular region, whether it is the UK English, whether it is US English, and what kind of English you are talking about. And you have to match your websites and its architecture to the user's habits, and the color and the feel of the website should be in consonance with the local tastes and preferences. So, these are the first three steps which are very, very important to expand your e-business globally. So these steps has to be followed. There are certain more steps. We'll talk about that in the next slide. And they refer to the localizing of the pricing strategies. So what is required for localizing the pricing strategies is again, your research and understanding of the local price points. What are the local price points? Additional costs of operating in overseas market, a particular market, target market, which you are considering. What are the additional costs of operating? It may be local taxes, it may be some foreign exchange fluctuations, and the cost involved with that, and any other incidentals. So how do you consider and incorporate those additional costs, and whether you can match the local price points? These are the strategic matters which you have to finalize. And then in the next step, the fifth step, it is very, very important in a digital space that you protect and safeguard customer data and privacy, which is a very, very big issue now in present times. The customers who are there on the digital platforms, they need to trust your website. So you should have all the strategies deployed on your website, which clearly indicates that your website is secure and it protects and safeguards the customer data and privacy. And it is very, very important that you have to follow the local regulations in this respect. And you have to create privacy policy according to the different countries and regions. And you have to specify the type of technology which you are using for encryption of the data interface, the interface of the customers with you, and the safety apparatus for thwarting any hacking attacks. Because if the customer data which you maintain, it is hacked by the unscrupulous hackers, so it can create a lot of havoc for the customers as well as for your company. So this is a very, very important step.